All right. So we got our man Kevin Durant out here. Kevin Durant is out here paying for love. Here is the problem. We're going to get into the problem today. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome in. I'm your man KTJ, a men's counselor turned love coach. And today we are getting into it. We got Kevin Durant out here. He was in an interview and he was talking about his experiences in dating. All right. So superstar NBA player, $200 million man. He's got money. He's got, a notable name. He's the man in his arena. But for whatever reason, he has been unable to secure a solid relationship long term. Kevin Durant, Trina Braxton, one of the Braxton sisters, got a little article, and I'm gonna grab that in a second, talking about it. He's got no wife, he's got no kids, he's got $200 million, and he has decided to take himself off the market. All right, so we're going to get into that because there's some things here that I think we need to talk about as a society, as a man, as men, as women. We need to have this conversation. So let's talk about it. All right, so this is the article that I found that you can call it an article. It was on Facebook, and Trina Braxton, one of the Braxton sisters, she wrote it down. She got it down. Kevin Durant has a fortune of $200 million and nearly 40 years old. He's got no wife, no children, no girlfriend, no hairbrush. She throwing the shade. No skincare routine, just his mama and basketball. Oh, so in an interview, this is what Kevin Durant said. He said, "This dating thing sucks." Oh, look, that's an indicator right there. We're going to get into this. Dating causes addiction, not freedom. I like to feel free without constant emotional attachment. And when it comes to intimacy, I'd rather pay for the experience. No strings attached, y'all. KD out here paying for the box. Oh man, what is the problem? What's the problem? He's the man where he is, right? But what he hasn't figured out is game. And amongst the game guys, Mr. Lucario and Steve the Dean Williams, all those guys out there who always say game isn't about women. It's about deciding who you are and what you want, and then bringing in the woman who wants what you want, who can essentially follow your program. And he's got $200 million, but he still has no game. Okay, so let's talk about these exes. All right. I would play this video, but it's got too much music, and I don't feel like doing that today. All right, so let's talk about it. Rachel Delta, Tiana Taylor, they've had an experience back in 2011. This girl here, he was rumored to be with LaToya Luckett from Destiny's Child. You know, he knows how to pick them now. You got to give him that. 6 months together. He was with this WNBA star. All right. And they were engaged for a while, and then that fell apart. Rachel Lindsay from The Bachelorette. Now that, hey, Cassandra Anderson in 2017, they were an item, but they couldn't make it happen. Now Joy Chavis, they slid by that one. Joy Chavis, it was one. Now y'all know the name Joy Chavis. You know the name Joy Chavis because she has a baby with Bow Wow and Future. So that's a lot, y'all. That is a lot. All right, so look, in this Pew research that I found, it said that by 40, over 25% of high net worth men in America are unmarried. 25%, which means that 75% are married, right? But this is still a high number. As time goes, things are changing, right? Now here's another statistic for you. It said that this is a Census Bureau statistic. It said men are now more likely to stay single into their 30s and 40s than any point in U.S. history. All right. So you think about it. What is it that he has to lose, right? So is Kevin Durant setting boundaries, or is he running from vulnerability? That's what I want to know, right? To me, I feel like he's running from vulnerability because he doesn't know how to date. He doesn't know how to create structure for the woman that he wants to have in his life, right? He's following them. He's trying to make them happy, trying to be a good boyfriend, be a good partner, right? And yes, you can be a good partner and be a good boyfriend, but have structure and know what it is that you want, not just what they want. And listen, we can get into this all day about the cost of intimacy without attachment, right? So now you're out there paying for it. You don't know, you could get diseases, you can get hooked up, you can get messed up, you can get caught up like your boy Shannon Sharp did not that long ago, right? Messing with OnlyFans girls. Look, it's the same thing. If you got the money to drop it in their account, then hey, you can have it on your doorstep. But what will you have? And is this getting you what you really want, which is a solid woman in your life, children, and a family? Now, don't tell me you don't want a family at this age and stage, right? He playing with LeBron, and LeBron's son is playing in the league at this point. He's playing with his father at this point. And I'm sure you want to have a legacy, but he doesn't know how. Let's be honest, because if he knew how, he would. So yes, you can have, without a partner, no strings attached. You get peace, you get control, and you get no drama, right? But here's the cons. You get loneliness, you get lack of legacy, and you're missing a deep connection with a partner that you can trust and a woman that you can go really deep on, who has your back. Look, peace without partnership, yes, it might be quiet, but it's not always fulfilling. I know you want no chaos, you want no noise, but do you want complete quiet and loneliness? Now, look, I don't blame anybody who agrees with Kevin Durant. If you like that and you support that, I understand, because he worked hard for what he has, and he doesn't want to get into a relationship that with a person who had bad intentions, who may come back on him, wait that 5 years out, and then cut him loose and walk away with half his fortune. I understand that, right? But I believe that if you start from the beginning and structure it how you want to structure it, if you learn how to date, if you learn how to communicate with a woman, if you learn how to communicate with yourself, if you can set the structure of what it is you want and be able to be strong with it, having boundaries, all of this stuff from the beginning, then it makes everything else go a lot smoother. Is there guarantees? Absolutely not. There are no guarantees in the life of love and in the game of love. However, one thing is for certain: if you don't play, you can't win. One thing is for certain: if you don't get into the game, you can't win the game, and you'll never get the championship of love and legacy. All right, you guys, comment down below. Let me hear what y'all think about this. Is he afraid so he'll just keep paying, or is paying the best way? Don't worry about learning about love and relationships and how to communicate with women. Forget all of that and just pay your money. Is that the right thing to do? Or is it better to just learn the game and learn about yourself and be able to attract the quality of woman that you want in your life. All right. Till next time, peace and love.